last of our Rally 1 cars to complete.
That's another thing I'd say, unless you've experienced it, it's the most unnatural thing in the world. Certainly the first time you do it, to be absolutely flat out 100 kilometers an hour over bumps and jumps, because you'd never, if you're just going to experience rallying for the first time, it's something you'd never normally do. So it does feel strange, but you'd be amazed how balanced these cars are at that speed. It's actually an opportunity for the drivers to take a little drink or something like that. They just absorb everything that's underneath them. So you know, they're Oliver just being very patient through there, wasn't he? But yeah, at high speed, these cars are just so stable. It's incredible.
Beautiful day now.
Stunning day.
You said rain.
Stunning day, exactly. I really did want to see more rain, but it's just to end the day.
Oh, that's just with a tin hat on, isn't it? Because tomorrow now we'll have a deluge, won't we?
I hope so. I hope so. And yeah, just going back to Oliver, just coming out of that hairpin right, you know, we saw him being very, very patient with the car. That's him trying to protect the car and protect the tyres and everything else, you know. So again, those two punctures from earlier on will be in the back of his mind.
He's pretty glad to get to the end of that one. Okay, let's switch back. Oh, there's quite a bit of dust coming in here. Oh, yes, impossible to not have a little bit of dust here and there, but it seemed to be more dust than normal in the car of Niklas Seemann then, when we were watching the faces.
That was very exciting. This stage is very exciting. If you don't have a puncture, you had a lot of fun. Maximum. So fast.
You're shaking.
Yeah, it's shaking. The last one, it was tricky. But okay. That's why we are there.
That's what. Sum up your day for us. Are you happy?
Yeah, very happy.
That's what I mean about, like, if you haven't done it. I mean, the reason I actually said what I said was because you could see when he was flat out, his eyes were like dinner plates, you know, he was just pinned down this straight, and you could see how, like, go, this isn't normal thing to do. And, yeah, he was just loving every second of it, and just, you know, the speed that you can do, that you can carry on in these cars is amazing. And great to see Jordan Cederrieders at the end of the stage and enjoying himself, and a big smile. That's what it's all about, you know, enjoying yourself. And look, say it time and time again, even when you're fighting for a championship, if you're enjoying your rallying, then the time will come, the speed will come.
Now we're with Oliver Solberg. He's going to be our first WRC2 driver to complete. I am having a little look back at the splits further back between Kaito and Seemann, who are battling for second, and Kaito's a good bit quicker than Niklas Seemann in this stage, 10.9 seconds, so he should extend that advantage up nicely, all being well in the stage, of course.
Yeah, that's Oliver Solberg's day done now. He'll just keep this lit all the way to the boards, and back to service. Good night's sleep.
I didn't get a punch there now. How the hell do you get one in the morning?
I love the fact that they just turned into our commentators after the flying finish. Always a decent bit of chat.
Oliver, that is day done. It's been a difficult one, hasn't it?
Today makes zero sense. In here, I hit every rock possible, no puncture. This morning, I hit nothing and a slow puncture. I mean, I have to say it's a small joke because, unbelievable. Well, okay, it's a cool stage and still a very long way to go. We just have to keep on pushing. Tomorrow is the toughest day. I thought today was going to be nice, but we'll try again tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow will be a nice day for you, you know. Don't overthink it. Just, I think he's had a good afternoon as well, Bex, to be fair. I think Oliver Solberg, you know, has had a strong afternoon, and tomorrow he just has to get in the car and press on and forget about what's happened today. That's vapor. That's gone. You know, nothing he can do about it now.
Yeah, and I don't think it's affected his mindset too much, has it? You know, he's kind of joking about it at the end of the day, and that's a good thing, that he's able to just go off. How has it not happened on this stage when it happened this morning, when it's super rough this afternoon? I've hit everything.
Big jump from Gus.
Massive. Mr. Greensmith, who is leading the WRC2 category. Pleased to see the end of this one. Full concentration from all our drivers across today. But when you're not feeling absolutely 100%, and there are a few of them are feeling a little under the weather, then it's even harder work. But he's done a fantastic job, hasn't he? He's built up now a nice little lead. Obviously, you know, Oliver had that problem which dropped him down the standings earlier on. We could have seen a fantastic battle between them. We still might, you never know. See what I mean about the dust? He's a bit dustier than normal.
Yeah, Callum Perry also had a bit of dust on his face, didn't he? I think you just get a natural draw of dust that sometimes comes into the car through the vents. If you're going sideways into a corner and there's dust coming up over the side of the car, it can just sometimes get sucked in a little bit. But yeah, you're right. Certainly on the earlier shot that we saw, it did look like there was quite a bit of dust inside the car. But I think that's all it is. I hope that's all it is anyway. Just it's just that it's drawn a little bit in through the vents, through the attitude of the car going into a corner. It just sucks in a little bit of dust. Might be wrong though.
We'll find out when he gets to the stage end. He is going to be our next driver to complete. I mean, one thing I will say, between split 1 and 2, it's hard. It really is hard to say.
It's been reasonably consistent time loss, hasn't it? But yeah, you're right. Between
split 1 and 2, he's he dropped 20 seconds there, and then it's been consistent. So whether something happened at the beginning of the stage, it is a difficult one to pin, but he'll tell us when he gets there. Just to wait a few more moments. The time on the board from Oliver is 17:31.3.
Yeah, that's long gone, isn't it? So,
I mean, what he'll be focused on more than anything, though, is Kaito's time, and Kaito is 18.7 seconds faster at the midpoint split. But I think Nicholas is sensible enough not to be drawn into the battle for second position overall. He'd be delighted that he's in the position he's in right now.
Yeah, to be honest, Bex, if he finishes third here at here this weekend, I'm sure he'd be over the moon with that. You know, first time you're here, stick it on the podium. That's not a bad result. So let's see what he can do tomorrow. Nonetheless, it's been a steady drive, a mature drive for Nicola today.
And this is the pair in second position in WRC2. To be a lot of dust in the car. Was there any issues?
Yeah, I don't know what's happening with the car this afternoon, but we have so much dust. It's horrible. Well, the stage was so deep ruts all the way through, and we cannot do anything against the Skoda there. They are driving 20 millimeters higher than us, and we are at the maximum. So yeah, that's how it is. But yeah, our position is where we are supposed to be. This is our true classification. So yeah, let's keep going, and it's really difficult here.
Yeah, It is super difficult here, but it's an experience I think everybody has to have at least once in their rallying career. We were just hearing Carl Tundo had stopped at 15.2. It was a brief stop. He got underway pretty quickly. It's a brief stop for Tundo at 15.2 kilometers.
Just coming back to what Nicola was saying, you know, he doesn't have that 20 mil of extra ride height, and that'll just be the difference between the Hyundai and the Skoda, and that'll, on a stage like this, you know, will make a big difference. The car will kind of bottom out occasionally. We heard Adrian Fourmeau talking about it as well. So when you don't have that extra ride height, you're thinking about not only the protection of the car, but also, you know, when it does bottom out, you're losing speed. It just does become that natural break against the earth. So, yeah, I think Nicola may be losing a little bit of time there as a result of that. And again, obviously, a bit of a venting issue, just drawing in a load of dust, which is not great for him. But what a day it's been for this man, Bex, particularly when he's been feeling fairly under the weather.
It's fairly second-hand, yeah. But he's through it. He can go back, recharge the batteries, get ready for another day.
Gus, I bet you're glad to be here at the end of the day, feeling under the weather all day, but you're in the lead of this rally. Talk to us about what it's been like out there.
Well, this afternoon's been the toughest afternoon I've ever had in rallying. I'm absolutely exhausted. I was trying to stand out the car before. There's nothing left. I need a bed soon.
Have a good sleep. Feel better.
Oh, will.
Yeah, good night's sleep will do a world of good for our WRC2 leader, Gus Greensmith. Okay, Carl Tundo and Tim Jessup now then. We heard a brief stop at 15 Ks. There's plenty of cheers for him. He's a local hero here. Understandably so, with his record over the years at the Safari Rally.
Yeah, quite right. Done an awful lot for this, for the sport, for rallying in Kenya, hasn't he, Bex? So, yeah, it's natural that there's an awful lot of support for him, local driver and everything else, and he's doing his best to mix it with manufacturer teams and manufacturer drivers and everything else. So, yeah, Carl getting stuck in. He's had his fair share of troubles today.
Yeah, you had to stop and change a wheel on the geothermal stage on the first pass. That didn't go quite to plan because A, he had a problem with the nut gun, I believe, and secondly, the car then fell off the jack. It took about 6 minutes to change the wheel.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
So, yeah, that wasn't the best. Okay, Kaito having a good run through here. 23 seconds up on Nicholas Seaman, final split point. Just a reminder for you that Kaito's in second position overall. In WRC2, he only had an advantage of 0.4 of a second over Seaman, so that should extend nicely now. He also had his own drama in here earlier where they scooped up quite a bit of fesh. It clogged the front grille. No air getting in, no airflow at all.
Yeah, he was lucky to get away with that.
Puttering away for a while, weren't they?
Yeah, he was lucky to get away with that this morning, and now that's Skoda back on full song, and he can be happy, I think, with his position at the end of the day. You know, he's kept himself out of trouble. He hasn't really been, he's been very upfront about it. I am not trying to match the pace of Gus Greensmith or Oliver Solberg. I'm driving my own rally, and we'll see where we end up, and that's exactly what he's done. As things stand, he's going to be in a comfortable second position in class.
In fact, in the overall classifications, Oliver Solberg's moved ahead of Nicholas Seaman.
There you go. Nicholas did. I mean, Nicholas dropped a bit of time in there, didn't he? He did struggle through this stage, and yeah, it's the longer stages, and again that ride height difference maybe just making the difference through here.
Kaito, a nice long stage to finish off the day. You're in second position. You've got to be happy with that.
Yeah, if we are second and only Gaz is in front of me, we are happy.
Talk to us about this last experience here.
It's always big experience. It's always new rally, demanding rally. You cannot fall.
Into long 6 right, tighten a little, into short 5 left.
There we go, that's all part of the experience, I guess, isn't it, for Munster?
5 left opens.
Yeah, absolutely. It's excuse me, it's part of it, and I think it was probably just maybe just through that area where you say where it was quite dusty, it just lingers in the air. There's very little wind out there, so it doesn't blow it out of the way. It just kind of hangs in the air because it's so fine. It doesn't, gravity doesn't drop back down particularly quickly. It just sort of hangs in the air, and it requires another car to come through it, and the vortex is off that car, then just blow it all out of the way. And Charles Munster's doing that at the moment.
5 left, turn short 4 right. Max right, long 4 left, cut 6 right. 50, short 4 right. 100. Cut 5 left, and max rough down. 100. Keep out into small cuts, max right to left. Go for it. Max right, it's a long max left. 100, long 5 right up, okay. Into small brow.
It's interesting, the trust between Carl and Timothy there. We heard Timothy going, yeah, go for it. And instantly Carl, who up until that point was a bit tentative on the throttle, as soon as he heard Timothy say, yeah, go for it, Carl trusted him and buried the throttle again. And that's what it's all about, having complete faith in the man beside you.
Day done for this pair then. 2013.9 is time on the board.
Not the meilleure idea, this one. No.
Carl, that front right damper's not looking too healthy.
Needed my brakes.
No brakes either.
No brakes.
What day you're having?
I know, it's just one of those Fridays. Saturday, Sunday are better.
So what was it like going through here with no brakes and a bad damper?
There's a lot of ruts to slow you down. So I used the rut. But we're done. We got through.
Yeah, you're done. Have a better day tomorrow.
Thank you.
I am sure he will improve. He was third overall in WRC2 last year, and there were some dramas along the way as well.
Yeah, you can see the difference in pace, already just riding on board with Charles. He's so much more committed than Carl was through here, and that's the difference of having a damper that's doing what it's supposed to do, and having brakes underneath you as well. So yeah, Carl was very tentative through there, and yeah, a great day for Charles Munster. Very mature, kept himself out of trouble, and slowly building on the speed. So a good day for him.
14.5 seconds behind Nicholas Siemens' time through there. It is a 18:43.7 for Charles.
Charles, you're safely through your first full day of Safari Rally. How did you find this last one? Did you improve from the first run?
We didn't improve because we catch some dust, a lot of dust in a long straight. So we lost a lot of time, but it's like this. We are touching the ground every time, so it's completely a mess, and we have some close goal with the car jumping from the back. So it's a bit interesting, but it's really nice. Yeah, it's a lot of experience gain. Even in this one, I never drove something like this, so I'm really enjoying it, and I'm looking forward to the next days.
I think we're looking forward to seeing what you can do across the next few days. Also, great times today from Charles Munster on his debut into the WRC. Kalle Rovanperä completes the run of stage wins throughout the day today. 15 44.2 was the fastest time on Kidong. Thierry Neuville was second fastest to that, 4.4 seconds behind then Evans, Katsuta, Formeau and Munster. Oliver Solberg, the fastest WRC2 driver, with our WRC2 leader Gus Greensmith, 8th fastest through. Then it's Soderidis and Kaitanovic to complete the top 10 through stage 7 out of a total of 19 here at Safari Rally Kenya. Overall then, Kalle Rovanpera's lead is 56.9 seconds over Elvin Evans, who moves into second position. Taka Katsuta drops to third, only 3.9 seconds separate Evans and Katsuta. It is a Toyota 1, 2 and 3 at the end of the day here. Thierry Neuville for Hyundai is in fourth position overall, 6.5 adrift of podium. Then we have for M Sport Ford, Adrian Formeau in 5th position, Greg Munster in 6th position, and then leading WRC2, we have Gus Greensmith. Time to head into service now and catch up with Kiri.
Well, certainly everything has changed throughout those 3 stages, and it's looking very reminiscent of the past with 1, 2, 3 of those Toyotas. Well, joining me, we did say that Terenzio would join me at some point. The dust has got to him a little, so he's a little croaky, so we'll keep it short, Terenzio. But welcome, thank you for joining us. Can you just talk to us, let's get straight into it, talk to us about the hard softs. Why did Elvin take hards? What was the reason behind that?
Okay, always the condition in Kenya is quite slippery, and then today the still all the people, they are looking the performance, and then the faster tire is the soft tire. For sure we are quite close now on the limit to jump to the hard tire. We are thinking the temperature in the afternoon was higher, but I think the little rain keep down the temperature, so they stay on the soft, and then also is the best the best compromise.
Will we see the hard tyre come into play for the other drivers throughout the weekend? Is that something you're expecting? When we were talking about it, we're saying it's mainly a soft tyre sort of situation, but are you going to see a mix at any point?
No, okay. What we need to see, compare last year, the conditions, they are harder. Also the tire wear, to be on the first lap this morning, first loop this morning, I was a bit surprised because it was much more tire wear compared to the past. So this is mean maybe in some point, maybe tomorrow second loop, the hard tire can be option. But tomorrow also the question is the weather. So there is also maybe a chance to have some rain tomorrow. So I don't know. So we need to wait in the morning and see what happens.
This rain seems very unpredictable. All right, well, just one more question for you, because I need you for another 2 days. I'm not going to wear your voice out straight away. Talk to me about WRC2 and what Oliver was talking about with the tyres. What are your thoughts on that?
But if you look at the rally car when it's back in the service, all of them they are quite destroyed. So even the tire can be damaged. The Rally 2 compared to the Rally 1, they have a road position, and then the road condition much different. You can see a lot of stone everywhere, and then I can understand, the Rally 2 driver, they are quite hard for them to avoid all the stone there is on the stage.
Yeah, just tricky conditions.
For the Rally 2, need to be not only fast, but also so good to avoid the stone.
Mission impossible out there. Well, it's definitely been very eventful. I really do appreciate you joining me, and I hope that the throw gets a little bit better overnight. Right, I went on another adventure with Blau's Tours. Where did we go this time? Take a look. Well, it's safari time once again, but this time it's something very different. Well, Gilbert, you've brought me, I don't know where yet, Gilbert. But why is this safari so different? The sun's going down, so we're heading into darkness.
It's not often that people do a night safari, but a night safari has got a lot, and that's when you get to see all these animals that have come out, and they're trying to find food for themselves in the night. So it's all about them using their senses and trying to find food in the night.
Okay, it sounds amazing.
Yes. Great. So I think this is where I get off and let you go find the animals. And let's see each other tomorrow.
Gilbert, you can't leave me.
I'm sure you'll find your way around, Katie.
Okay, so I can see a familiar sign, which is Chewy Lodge. Chewy Lodge is where we were last year. So all I'm hoping is that from somewhere, Chewy Lodge, familiar place, has got a familiar face. Joff! Why did Gilbert leave me?
What can I say? You're driving scared.
Where have you been?
Just out in the bush.
Okay, brought something good?
I brought you a plant.
Do I want it?
Yeah, smell it.
Okay. All right, tell me about what's happening.
Sun's going down. There's all sorts of new creatures coming out. It's a whole different world out there. So, Kiri, keep an eye out, left and right. At this time of the day, this is where the predators really start to move. Hyenas, jackals. If we're really lucky, and you seem to bring the magic charm, leopards.
Oh my goodness me, Geoff, this is just so incredibly peaceful. No, it's that moment, I suppose, the calm before the storm, the sun's going down. It's the animals that are going to move at night are getting ready to, and the animals that are going to bed at night are getting ready to do that as well. It's just the perfect moment.
It is. It's that kind of like changeover of shifts almost. Really amazing.
Hyenas is not something I've seen this close. Why is that?
So this time of the day, they're now waking up, they're heading out, they're coming here for a sundowner to have a drink. And then, you know, after they've done a little bit of socializing, like when we first arrived, we saw these two together.
Yeah, and these two have
some
gone.
grooving. Yeah, those two are youngsters. A group of hyenas is called clan.
A clan.
So this time of the day, they're just chilling, and then they'll go scavenging.
Do they hunt?
Wildebeest, yes.
So that's why the wildebeest are getting a little hep.
A little bit on edge, yeah. And then just behind this hyena is two jackals. We're slowly ticking off the boxes. We've got 3 nocturnals already. Hyenas, jackals, and bat-eared foxes. Oh, yeah, white-tailed mongoose. Go left, go left, go left. He's going to come out the other side. Kerry, do you hear the hyenas calling?
Yeah.
They're out hunting.
He's just gone in the bush here now, hasn't
he? He went into this hole.
Yeah. It's a good choice of hiding place.
It's a very good choice of hiding place. That looks like an ostrich.
It is. Is it?
Yes.
No way. And he's sitting on his egg now because he's dark. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Look at that in the distance. What's that? Look, that's hyenas. Hyenas. Oh my gosh. He's not going to eat his eggs, is he?
No, it's not that daft.
Oh, it's so mad. It's such another world at night.
We can get one closer to the road. Are you brave enough to get out?
No. Are you crazy?
So some nights, some days you'll come here and there'll be 200 zebras. And then the next day there'll be 150 buffaloes. And then the next day there'll be 80 giraffes. And it's kind of like almost a cycle. They come down from our hills, they hit the water hole, they drink, they go back up, they don't need water for another 2 days.
So we have water buffalo too.
I hope you're capturing these noises.
Oh my God, look at these guys. Ah! Whoa. He's behind this bush, right?
Yeah.
You think that's hyenas fighting?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know how you're feeling, mate. I've got it all going on here too.
So when you first see a hyena, you have to say hyena.
Your dad jokes are just...
And when you're leaving, you say bye, hyena. Yeah, he's walking away. What do we say now?
Bye, Nina. I can't believe I'm buying into this. Oh, out the car and into a bit of a resting place.
Absolutely. Welcome back to Chewy Lodge.
The fire is roaring.
Look at this.
Yeah, you made it. Yeah.
We're up to something good. What have you got for us?
I've got you some hot chocolate. At least you can keep yourself warm after wandering in the cold wild.
No thanks to you, Gilbert.
Yes.
Well, it's been an incredible experience once again here at Chewy Lodge. So here's to next year.
Cheers. Same again.
I promise I'll take you on an adventure one day.
Yeah, it looks amazing, doesn't it? I mean, I missed out last year. I've missed out again this year. I'm not entirely convinced you will take me on a safari at any point, Kiri.
One day. We'll get you elephant riding or something.
To be fair, you did actually say to me, do you want to come? And I didn't go. So
Thank
It was my own doing. Looked amazing though, incredible.
Yeah, an amazing adventure. So thank you for taking us on that. Right, we are now down in the media zone. Julian Porter back from his adventures, and we're getting those interviews in. We have had word from Esa-Pekka Lappi as well, so we'll get to that in just a moment. You were just having a little ponder around the cars, a potter around the cars. Everyone's sort of back in one piece, really.
Yeah, just having a look at the Toyotas in particular, and you know, Kalarov and Pera and Takamoto's car, pretty much you could pressure wash them and stick them on the forecourt. You know, they're all pretty straight, and really it's just a rear bumper for Elvin Evans' car. So, you know, not a huge amount of damage at all on any of the Toyotas, and the same that can be said for Thierry Neuville's car as well. So everything straight and neat and tidy. It'll be just a regular service this evening, Kiri, and I think it's been a very, very good day for Toyota at the behest of Hyundai. It's just been very unfortunate for them, hasn't it?
Yeah, indeed. A little reminiscent of the years gone by. We'll see how it pans out over the next couple of days. But for now, Jari-Matti Latvala looking rather happy at the situation. Okay, well, as I mentioned, we do have that Esa-Pekka Lappi interview. So it's probably about that time that we hear from his point of view as well, because we've also speculated and had lots of different words in. But it's about that time that we hear from the man himself. So this is Julian Porter with Esa-Pekka Lappi.
EP, back in the final media zone of the day. Obviously, we saw you stopping earlier on in the afternoon. Can you just tell us what happened?
Yeah, the gearbox exploded. So, yeah, first it started to be front-wheel drive. After one acceleration, there was no impact or really like a big noise coming from it. It just went to front-wheel drive. And yeah, a couple of 100 meters later, yeah, no pull anymore from the car at all. It didn't matter was it first or fifth gear. I couldn't move the car, so we needed to roll back from the hairpin because I was stuck in there.
There was no impacts or anything like that, do you think?
On that moment, no, where it happened, but for sure, during the 5 first or 4 stages today, there has been impacts. You know, I'm not saying that, but everyone has the same. So, but nothing which should cause this problem.
Obviously very tough to take because you were having a very, very good run at that point.
Yeah, sure. The split was good, and the morning was also good. Okay, we lost to Kalle, but I was still very satisfied for the speed what I had, and yeah, it seems it was going well until that. Yeah.
There we go. All right. So, well, what do we make of what he said? Just focus. Don't get caught into the rabble.
It's Rich Milner. Swing the camera around. It's him. He's getting stuck into me already, trying to put me.
No,
yeah, he did. He just came straight through the middle. He was
Thierry,
like a train.
we're talking about
There's
you.
no hanging about there, was there? He just marched straight through.
Exactly. Direct route. He knew what he was doing. Don't worry about it.
No mucking about from Thierry Neuville, but
to be fair, he won't be the first or the last person that's walked literally directly through.
Milner will do it now just for the crack. I guarantee it to you.
Do you want to do your best catwalk?
He'll just flash straight through.
When we're not ready, yeah, fair enough. Just keep it a secret. Okay, focus you.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, coming back to Esa-Pekka Lappi, a real shame, isn't it? And you know, there's not a lot that he could have done about it. You know, obviously he knew that it was starting to fail when it went to front-wheel drive, and then we heard it, just a horrible crunching of gears, and it was just the inside of that box just completely eating itself, just munching itself, and there's nothing that he could do about it. A real shame because, as he said, the pace was there, the pace was very strong. Wait for it. There it is.
See, I like it, a casual, yeah, I like it. And he didn't even look at, yeah, smooth. He got away with it.
But yeah, you know, in all seriousness, it was a real shame for Esa-Pekka because the pace was there. They'll go back, they'll have a look at why that happened and try and deduce the reason why the gearbox failed, because it's not the sort of thing that normally lets go. So yeah, real shame for him, and yeah, lightning strikes twice in the Safari, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Repeat,
but Super Sunday is on the way. There are points up for grabs. Do not forget that. Things can very much change in the drivers' favours that have had the problems. I'm up for that. See what happens on Sunday.
Yeah, for sure. I think it opens up a massive opportunity, particularly with what happened with Oyt Tanak as well. You know, we'll see EP and Oyt Tanak going hell for leather on Sunday, I'm sure.
Okay, all right. Well, Thierry Neuville was the next into the media zone pen. Let's hand over to Julian Porter to find out how he found the last 3 stages of Friday.
Thierry, Friday afternoon is done and dusted with. Quite literally, you are very dirty and dusty, but how would you see the day now? Now you're back here in 4th place, not far away from 3rd.
Yeah, it was a challenging day out there. Exhausting day, I would say. Fighting with, few little issues, but mainly the puncture, which cost us a bit of time. today. The dust in the car as well. So we're constantly working and trying to prepare. Same this afternoon. We had a debeated tire. We had a little bit of a moment where I completely lost the steering out of my hands, and we went on 2 wheels. So luckily we got away with that. And the last stage we try to do as good as we can, but obviously still a lot of cleaning this afternoon. So yeah, I think we fight hard, but we would have preferred better results.
Obviously, with the demise of the other 2 cars, you've got no backup either, no rear gunners, so to speak. You're on this on your own now against the Toyotas.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's for sure. But we're gonna keep fighting. Obviously, it's not nice to see my teammates to retire. It's another bad day here in Kenya for Hyundai. And for sure, it's difficult for me as well to see when I hear the problems of Lappi, to be 100% confident and to attack 100% in some places where it's really rough, because I don't want to face the same issues.
Who was the next interview? Well, there we go. That was Thierry just talking about his day. So you might have heard me asking who was the next interview, because just trying to get an idea of who's moving down.
Elvin Evans.
Well, it is Elvin
Evans. I was listening.
All right. Okay, you know, we were talking that the weight fell on Esa-Pekka and Oit's shoulders at the first run of this. It's just all turned on its head, hasn't it, for Thierry?
Yeah, it has been very unfortunate. We will talk about Oit in a bit, because that was just unlucky. But yeah, Thierry, and actually I think Thierry, I know he's frustrated because the pace that he had would have put him further up the leaderboard, no question about it. But considering he had that puncture, you know, he took that big hit on the first run through geothermal, that he had that puncture and then took a whole load of dust into the car, says to me that he's actually very lucky to be in the position that he is in, Kiri. So I think Thierry Neuville, you know, should be pleased with his day, all things considered. You know, he's in 4th and he's absolutely in the fight for 2nd place. So yeah, it's a good day for, I think, really, for Thierry Neuville, all things considered.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, we have just seen Oit Tanak go that way, so we'll be getting that interview shortly. Elvin may be behind us, but Julian, as if by magic, spoke to him just a few minutes ago, so let's listen into that interview.
Elvin, it's 2nd at the end of Friday. It's been a demanding day out there, but when you look at the overall leaderboard, Toyota 1, 2, 3, it's looked quite simple, but tell me about it, because I don't think it has been.
Oh, it's been a tough day out there, like it always is on the Safari Rally. And yeah, like we've seen in the past, a few casualties already on the first day. So it is very easy to get caught out here. We've seen so many times just how easy, or how easy it is to get punished for a very small mistake. So yeah, we need to try and stay focused for the big day ahead tomorrow.
If you look at it today, though, are you happy with like setup, balance, feeling? It's 2nd place at the end of it. Are you happy with where you are, even though it's quite demanding?
Not fully happy, no. I mean, the morning was very difficult for us and we were missing quite a lot of feeling and speed. The afternoon a bit better. Still not exactly where we want to be, but at least it's a step in the right direction.
You talk about the big day tomorrow. What are you hearing? Big day or distance, kilometre stages, rain? What are we getting?
Bit of all that, I would say.
A bit of all that and a whole lot more. Yeah, I mean, there is a lot more talk about rain. That's a cheeky smile, Taka.
Oh,
you feeling all right?
Japan Airlines.
That will live on for a while. Well, he's smiling. That's a good place to be.
Yeah, he's had a great day. We'll hear from Taka shortly. But he has had a brilliant day. But just coming back to Elvin Evans, look, Kiri, we were talking about it in the midday show. We wanted to see Elvin kind of work his way up the leaderboard, and okay, it has been as a result of Oit Tanak and Esa-Pekka Lappi kind of falling by the wayside, and of course he did have the pace to overtake Takamoto Katsuta, but he's gone from 5th to 2nd place on a day where he hasn't been particularly happy with the setup of the car, and he hasn't been able to dial himself into it. So he's got some work to do tomorrow, because I can guarantee to you that this man in this car here, Thierry Neuville, will be going absolutely flat out hell for leather. And yeah, so a little bit of pressure on his shoulders tomorrow, but I think he can consider himself a lucky boy under the circumstances to find himself in 2nd.
But it is survival of the fittest, and for now, he's surviving.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, that's what it's about here in Safari, isn't it? It's about just managing pace and risk against looking after the car, and I think actually he's done a good job with that.
Yeah, indeed. Are you excited for tomorrow? Tomorrow is an absolutely enormous day in terms of kilometres, and the longest Safari day that we've had since we've been back here since 2021. So it's going to be all go, and it's going to be very interesting to see who will survive it.
yeah, a real mammoth test tomorrow. There's no question about it. In particular, the Sleeping Warrior, and I hope that we see some proper rain, just to throw a bit of drama out there as well. You know, I hope that comes. I'd rather see it tomorrow than I would on Sunday anyway.
Okay, all right. Well, how did Taka find the afternoon? Let's find out.
Taka, really was a day of two halves, wasn't it? Hyundai were in the fight and amongst you all this morning, and then this afternoon it's changed around massively. What's your day been like now you've had a few minutes to think about it?
Yeah, like whole day I just following my strategy. Like I said, no make mistake, no push too much, just steady drive whole day. So for sure some section where you need to really push to gain the time. I was losing a lot of time because I was not pushing, but overall still like we are not too far from the front, and tomorrow is really big day. So I don't think this gap makes anything for rest of the weekend.
Obviously, EP just gone past you. Someone who you have been battling with. As you say, it's 3.9 away from Elvin, but then Thierry only 6.5. For us on the outside, it's great to watch, but how demanding is that for you, particularly with such a big day tomorrow?
Yeah, I think it's different story if this is like Finland or Estonia or this kind of very high-speed rally, then you need to push a lot every single stage, every single corner if gap is like this close. But I think this rally is, we are still on Friday, and it doesn't matter like 10 seconds in front, 20 seconds. I think tomorrow anyway, like 30 seconds, 40 seconds easily can change because of condition and those things. So honestly, I don't mind any like gap between all of us. I just do my best job, stay on the road, keep the car one piece. Then we'll be good, I think. This is what I learned from last 3 years, so hopefully this will work for this weekend.
Well, there we go. That is Taka just summing up the afternoon. He's in second place at the moment. Can he hold on to that? Who's going to make the charge tomorrow?
Yeah, look, third place. Elvin just getting ahead of him. I think he's got a job on his hands, but he's stuck to his strategy, which was to just drive sensibly, and I think he's got to do that again tomorrow. Let others make the mistakes. It's paid off for him every single time he's been here. It will pay off for him again this year. Just drive smart.
Drive smart indeed, and Kalle Rothenperä is doing just that. Let's hear from him now.
Kalle, that's the end of the first proper big day of rallying at Safari Rally Kenya. First overall, just under a minute. Looks simple on the results board, but tell me about it.
Yeah, it has been quite a good day from us. I would say tough one also, but I felt we managed the pace quite well, pushing all the time when we could, let's say, and I felt especially afternoon I could still take quite much care of the car and the tires, not to go too rough in places. So regarding that, the times look really good.
How demanding has it been? We've seen all sorts of like dramas and moments, but as you say, it's been quite easy. Toyota 1, 2, 3. How tough has it been now?
It has been tough. I would say there is definitely places where you need to know already before you go there that what you're gonna do. Let's say some surprises also, but I think we have been just prepared to manage the speed well and did it well.
What are you hearing about tomorrow? We know it's a big day, famous stages. What are we hearing weather-wise?
I think the latest thing is rain, but I haven't checked today, to be honest. So I will see now in the evening service. Definitely will be the toughest day of the rally, I think. If the rain comes, anything can happen. Even we have a quite good lead. I'm not really hoping anything at this point. We still have a long way to go.
Okay, well, Kalle has formulated the perfect catch line for Rally Safari, which is if anything can happen. It is perfectly summing up our Safari Rally.
He's been spectacular today, Kiri. You know, he's got in the car, he's done exactly what he needs to do, and he made the difference on the first run through Kadong. You know, 11.1 seconds quicker than anybody else, and then was consistently just nibbling away to win all the stages today. So he's done a fantastic job. Tomorrow, as you mentioned, a very, very different kettle of fish.
Shall we have a look at what's in store for tomorrow then? Because it is a big old day in terms of kilometers. It is a challenge all by itself. So at 8 o'clock at stage 8, stage 9 and 10 to follow at Sleeping Warrior. That's Kenny talked about at 10 o'clock. Media Zone at 12:30, 2:30 is stage 11, 12 and 13. And that all rounds up at 4:30. It is our longest day in kilometers since we've been back to Kenya. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Remember, if you were going to work, just stick. That's all in store for you tomorrow. So plenty of action there. Right, quickly, let's hear from Oit Tanak.
Right, obviously, we've seen all the pictures, but can you just give us a bit of a rundown from inside the car, what exactly happened?
No, nothing special really. I guess it's kind of something that happens quite often in Safari. It was just, let's say, in a place where it was kind of hidden and couldn't really react to anything. The road was narrow with the banks on the side, so nowhere to go really. So yeah, I had to take the rock, but the rock was far too big, you know, so it just put us off the road.
Did the rock impact damage that steering? And then I've seen the other side was damaged when you hit the bank. Was both done in the end, or was it just one?
No, I hit the bank so hard. I think the rock didn't do too much damage, but I hit very, very hard the bank, so we got all the damage from there.
All right, we had to squeeze that one in because it was an important interview. But for myself and Chenny and Safari Rally Kenya on Friday, it's goodbye. We'll see you tomorrow for all of the action.